I'll do this for you and Zion.
Yeah, I know. Oh. Oh boy, as you can see from the comment from the headliner, our topic.
Oh my God. I wish we didn't have to do this.
Yeah, honestly, I was really saying, and let me say, welcome to Rhoda and Nino Live.
That's right.
Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to do another video about this whole Cora and Justin situation going on. Their ugly divorce breakup, whatever you call it. I guess you can call it at this point. I guess they're separated. They're not officially divorced yet.
Well, a few of our followers want us to say something. They actually reminded us about it.
Yeah, they actually were saying that we should say something about this. Everything that the news that broke yesterday when Cora came on live. I mean, some of the stuff that Justin has been doing to her is really, really, really horrible. I mean, honestly, I just can't say. Really, Justin, that's why I have that topic as our headliner. Really? Like, how could you sit there and do this to the mother of your two children? How could you go into your supposed joint bank account and take the $5,000 that Cora is living off of that she needs to pay her rent with? I mean, that's just so uncalled for. It's terrible. From being a man, like that's not being a man. You're not protecting your children. Even though you're having the outs with your ex-wife or your separated wife, whatever you want to call her at this point, the fact of the matter is you got to make sure that, you know, she's good for the rest of her life, even though you guys break up or you divorce, because she's the mother of your two children. And you got to be able to take care of them.
And she has the kids with her. She's taking care of the kids. So.
Yeah, he said it was a mistake. Well, he said it was a mistake. I don't buy that for 1 second, honestly. I really don't. You know, I think it's everything that he's done to this point. He's drug Cora on social media. He's drug her through the mud. You know, he tried to ruin her reputation. You know, he was saying all kinds of bad stuff about her. And all the fact of the matter is you're taking the kids away. You were supposed to take them for the day. You ended up taking them for 4 days. She had to go to court to get the kids back. Like,
and she has to spend a lot of money too. She has to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, and she's already got lawyer fees racked up to $21,000 because of your cowardness, your pettiness. Yeah. You know, towards the mother of your two children. Yeah, okay, you could get a divorce because things are not working out. But in all reality, you can't just do what you're doing to this woman. She's the mother of your two children. You got to make sure that your children are safe and they're good and they're protected at all times. That's just the bottom line, honestly. From being a man, I don't care what you've gone through with your ex or your ex-wife or you're separated. You got to make sure the kids are always good. It's always about the kids. You know, at the end of the day. And that's what I was saying in our other previous video when we talked about Cora and Justin. It goes back to the kids. That's just the bottom line, honestly. I mean, yeah, and he keeps saying negative. Yeah, he keeps saying negativity. He does. I mean, honestly, he's just a coward. He's not a man, in my opinion. He's just not. I mean, for everything that he's doing to Cora, everything that he's putting her through, she's finally coming out. She's speaking out about these things. Enough is enough, honestly. She does need to come out and speak about what this man has been doing to her. Okay, yeah, she maybe made a mistake in the marriage, but you know what? Sometimes people make mistakes. You can forgive sometimes, but you can't forget. I get all that. I can understand all that. But at the end of the day, she's got to be the one. I mean, he's got to be the one to be the man in the marriage or the relationship and be like, you know what? You know, let's try to work our differences out. Don't go on social media and drag your wife through the mud like he's been doing. And then he goes and steals $5,000 out of the account. Supposedly it was a joint account, but it's her money that she earned and that she needs to pay rent with and take care of her kids with. So you can't be doing that, Justin. I'm sorry. From a man's standpoint, you're not a man, in my opinion. You're a coward. Straight up, you're a coward.
I don't think any real man should do that to his wife. I mean, to his ex-wife or girlfriend or whatever you want to call her. I mean,
Yeah.
considering the fact that she has your kids with her, she's taking care of your kids. I mean, you shouldn't do that. Even if, you have an emergency and then you need some money, you need to let her know. She has to, kind of consent to it. You can't just go behind her. It's called joint account. You need to let your significant other know that you need some money, you want to make use of some money. You don't just go behind her and, take the money off of the bank. It's called nothing but stealing. It's nothing but stealing. Then you came back saying that's a mistake. No, I don't
Yeah,
agree
and
with that.
anybody that's supporting this man right now,
Oh,
you ought to
no.
be ashamed of yourself. Honestly, you really. And anybody that's coming on here supporting him and trying to defend this man, you know what? The hell with you too. Honestly, I could
Yeah.
say that honestly because this guy is not a man. He's a coward. You know what I
People,
mean? So
yeah. Some people are just, I don't know. They just love to hate. That's just it.
yeah, that's just it.
They
You know what
just
I
love
mean?
to hate. That's it. Like, if you think what you did this time was right, that means you need to think again. That
Yeah,
means you are not thinking straight. If you
Yeah,
think what you
honestly.
did was right, and all this while this lady hasn't spoken, and just for her to come out to speak this time around, you think she's doing too much or she's not doing the right thing, then you need to think again. Because she hasn't spoken for so long. She has been quiet.
That's right. She's been the silent. She's been silent. She's tried to go, take the good road about this whole situation. She's tried to be the better one in this situation. She's been the more mature one in this situation. But there's only so much somebody can take until they hit a breaking point, and enough is enough. I mean, honestly,
Exactly.
and Cora's had enough with him. You know what I mean? He's too much. I mean, he just does too much. He tries to take the kids. It's all about the money with him. It's all about, trying to make the money on social media. That's the
Yeah.
reason why he takes the kids and he puts them in the live video and he's feeling a certain type of way. He's jealous of Cora and what Cora has built up,
Exactly.
honestly.
It
That's
was-
just the bottom line. He's a jealous man, and now he's trying to make a social media career out of it.
Yeah.
Supposedly when he's supposed to be a doctor or whatever. In my opinion, he's not a doctor. He's a chiropractor. Let's not get it twisted. Doctors are not, he's not a surgeon. He's not a brain surgeon. He's a chiropractor. In my opinion, he's not a doctor. That's not a doctor. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
So,
I think he just uses the kids for
yeah, it's
social
just,
media purpose. That's what.
yeah, that's what it's about.
And
He's
that's
trying to get
unfair.
paid.
You
Yeah.
know, that's very unfair. For
I
him
mean,
to
listen.
do that. That's not fair for a man that claims, to love his children and stuff.
Right.
That it took the kids away for 4 days. It said he wanted to take the kids away for a few hours, and then he just, just because he had the kids in his custody, then he felt, oh, he's now a god, and then he can have them for as long as he wants. Not considering the fact that, the infant was still breastfeeding. Up to now, she's still breastfeeding, and this infant definitely, Athena definitely needs her mom breast milk. And apart from breast milk, every infant needs their mother's warmth. They need the mother to carry them all the time. But no, because of a selfish reason, it took these kids away for 4 days, not considering their well-being, just because he wanted to use them for. That's what I think. I think he wanted to use them for social media benefits. That's what he wanted to do. Because I guess he was getting jealous of the fact that Cora was making money off of social media.
Well, listen, the bottom line is if he was going to take the children for social media benefits, what he should have done, he should have came to an agreement with Cora. He should have went to Cora, regardless, ex-husband, separated husband, whatever you may call it, he should have went to her as a man and tried to work the situation out. And said, listen, I want to take the kids and all that. I want to spend time with them, but it is okay if I can put them on social media just like you're doing. They're my children just as much as they're your children. And I'm sure they could have came to some type of an agreement, but this is getting to be an ugly separation between the two. It just is. You know what I mean? And it's going to get even uglier now that Cora's going to speak out, but she needs to speak out because he was trying to drag her through the mud. That's just the bottom line of it all, honestly. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I stand on the whole situation, honestly. I mean, it's just, he's a coward in my opinion.
And we understand not everybody's gonna, stand with Cora or stand with us for, saying what we're saying right now, but it's okay. That's your opinion. But if you think what you did is wrong, it's right, then you ought to be ashamed of yourself. If you're
Yeah,
a woman
honestly.
out there or you are a man, you think what Justin did was right or is right, you ought to be ashamed of yourself as a man or a woman. No good man should do this to his children.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're separated from your wife or whatever. I mean, she still has the kids. She's taking care of the kids. If you claim that you love your children, you should have the best interest of the mother of your children at heart. If you let her breathe, if that's how she's, mentally, that's how she's going to be able to take care of her children. But if you, put her into this problem, then how is she going to take care of her children mentally? That means you don't love your children as you claim. And to make matters worse, you went and stole the money. I mean, that's petty. That's childish, and I think it's stealing.
Yeah. And the fact that you ordered Cora out, you pretty much threw her out when she needed to leave. So it's pretty much like you're throwing your kids out on the street too. So
Yeah,
when you're throwing, it's just she had to take the kids because you knew she was going to take the kids. You knew you weren't going to get the kids, and everything that you're doing right now, you're just dampering your situation from even getting the kids. Now he has to, I think yesterday he got the kids or something, but it needed to be supervised. It does need to be supervised because I think that guy is going crazy. I really do. I think that guy is losing his mind.
Yeah, my
I
husband,
really do.
my husband thought
I think
so.
that guy is not right upstairs. Something's got to be wrong with this man. I mean, honestly, if you look at the whole big picture and what he's done as of late and so far, the whole big picture, everything, this guy's crazy. He's losing his mind. I don't know if it's because, he's regretting breaking up with Cora now or what. I don't know what the situation is. But the bottom line is, this guy is just losing his marbles. And I don't think he's fit enough to be around his kids and to be a good father because everything that he's doing, he's showing that he's not going to protect his kids by taking that money out of the account when you knew she was going to pay rent with that. That's the roof that Cora puts over her and her kids' heads. And you took that money away and you're trying to say it's a mistake and you're trying to justify it by covering it up. You're crazy, man. Honestly, you're losing your marbles.
Even Cora doesn't feel safe with the children, according to what she said in her last video yesterday. I don't know if she made something new today, but in that video, she said she doesn't even feel safe right now. That she feels safe right now and comfortable because of her followers right now. That's what the lady said. That's really unfair. I don't think that's fair for a mother of your children to not feel safe because of you, not because of any other person, but because of you. She doesn't even feel safe because she doesn't know what length you can go after doing what you did. Just because, he actually thought she wasn't going to come out and talk about it. Like, she has always been quiet. And that's why he went ahead and stole the money until when she came out to talk about it, then he said it was a mistake. How much more mistake can you make as a man? How much more mistake can you make knowing that these children are with your ex, whatever you want to address as? I think it's just not right, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
It's just not right for a real man.
Yeah.
A real man shouldn't be doing that.
I'm telling you. Yeah, he's to be honest, I seen a comment up in the that just passed up. Yeah, he's sick. He's sick. I think he's sick in the head, honestly. I really do. I think something's wrong with that guy. I think he has like bipolar or something. I don't know what's wrong with that man.
Yeah. If he thinks he can take care of the kids by himself, that's a big no.
Yeah.
That's a big no. There's no way he can take care of those children by himself. There's no way.
And let me tell you something. Knowing the American justice system and all that, you think the way you're acting on social media, the courts ain't going to see that because it's all recorded and what you're doing and the way you're acting out. You don't think they're going to see all this? You honestly think you're going to get your kids, Justin? You're not going to get your kids. You're lucky if you ever see your kids again the way you're going right now, honestly.
Because people are watching.
It's true. I mean, because you're acting out, you're acting crazy,
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of like irresponsible things. You know what I mean? You don't think the courts are going to be tracking all that? Don't you think that they know that you're somewhat of a Facebook celebrity? Like you have a big page, you have a following because you're Cora's husband. You don't think that they know that, man? I mean, honestly, you're just coming out and you're doing things, you're acting out, you're acting a little crazy, and it doesn't look good on you as being a responsible father. That doesn't look responsible at all, in my opinion.
No, it doesn't at all.
So
no real man should be behaving like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, even if you're done with your wife, if you don't want to have anything to do with her, just because the kids are with her, you should be nice to her at least. I don't care what happens, what might have happened between both of you. I mean, you guys have children together, and she has these children. So I don't think you should be behaving this way. Right now, I don't think you should be doing what you're doing right now, especially stealing from her. Come on now.
Yeah, it's just.
Call yourself a doctor. You have some money. I mean, even if you run out of money, I mean, we understand. Even the rich also cry. We understand that. But if you need some money, you should have, at least let her know about it. It's called joint account.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called joint account. My husband and I, we have joint account. If I have to take money out, I let him know.
Exactly.
If he has to take money out of the account, he lets me know.
Exactly.
That's why it's called joint account. You can't go behind her and just take money out and act like, it's all your money, or you can do whatever you want. Come on now. That's not gentleman. It's not right for any real man. It's not right.
Yeah, I seen a comment up top. Someone says they know Justin, during Los Angeles conference. So if you know him personally, I'm going to say this. It's not that I dislike the man. I just think the man is a coward because he doesn't know how to treat his, he's not being a man on how to take care of his kids. So that, and you could tell him that I said that if you know him personally. I really don't care. I could care less. I hope he sees this video too. Honestly,
yeah, so
I mean, I don't think he will, but if he does, okay, so be it.
Yeah.
I'm calling you a coward. I'm calling you out because you're not protecting your children. You're not being the man that you're supposed to be. Honestly, Justin, that's why I'm calling you out.
You owe your children responsibility. You have to be responsible for your children, because these kids are going to grow up and see all those things. All this mess you're making right now, the kids are going to grow up and see them. So that's why you hold them. You hold them.
Yeah.
And like I said, not everyone is gonna agree with us or with Cora, but just for the fact that Cora is coming out for the first time to voice out, come on now, you should have some consideration, have some human feelings.
Yep.
Don't let us all judge Cora, because of how she dresses or whatever she does on social media, whatever. No one is perfect. You're not perfect. I am not perfect. We ain't perfect. No one is perfect.
No.
But that lady is doing her best. She's taking care of the kids.
And she hasn't asked him for a dime.
Yeah.
And he hasn't even been willing to give a dime to her. What he's doing is stealing money from her. That's what he's doing. Instead of offering the mother of his 2 children money, he's stealing money from her. How absurd and ridiculous is that? You call yourself a man?
I think it's a shame.
Come on, man. I think that's sad. I think you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Justin, honestly. I think it's sick, and this is a total joke the way you're acting, honestly.
I just hope she's safe, because she said, my concern, person concerned part of it is that she said she doesn't even feel safe, honestly. That aspect of it is like, Yeah, that aspect of it is I'm really concerned about that. And I think justice should do something, to make her feel safe, because if anything happens to her, God forbid, even if you're not responsible for it, like majority will think you are responsible for it, God forbid. Because according to her, she said she doesn't feel safe right now. You know?
Yeah, so. I mean, that's just the sad truth of it all, honestly. He just doesn't, everything that he's doing up until this point it's just not been like, a father to his 2 children. He just hasn't been a father to his 2 children. As far as I'm concerned, everything that he's doing to be acting out the way he's acting out, you could have your differences with your so-called ex-wife and Cora, or your separated wife and Cora, but you got to be able to protect your kids at the end of the day. You have to protect them. You have to step up and be the man and be the bigger person and know that, you're going to be there for your children no matter what. And he's just not doing that by taking money out of her account, throwing her out of the house and giving her an ultimatum, and then threatening to take the kids.
That's true.
He's threatening to take the kids and all that. You just can't be doing stuff like that. And you call yourself a man? I mean, that's just not cool, man. It's just really not.
If she didn't come out to say that, told her to move out of the house, I'm sure majority of people thought she moved out of the house by herself. No. Yeah. He kicked her out of the house.
He did.
That's what he did.
And he gave her an ultimatum. And then he's threatening to take the children, too. You really think you're going to be able to take the children? You don't think the courts are going to see everything that's being done on social media? You don't think they're going to use that against you? Honestly, like, you have no shot at taking those children away from court. None. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
You and I both know that's how the American justice system works, my friend. honestly. And I'm talking to you, Justin. That's how it works.
He knows.
Unless Cora's on drugs or something like that, which she's not, or she's doing something to harm the children, you ain't getting the kids. You ain't getting full custody. That ain't going to happen, cuz. I can tell you that right now. That's just the bottom line. They always award the children to the mother. Always.
Yeah,
you should know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And you're trying to use her immigrant status against her?
Williams. I am concerned. Honestly, that's
pathetic.
that's my highest concern right now. I'm concerned about her safety because she said that. I was like, oh no, it shouldn't be like this now. When she says she doesn't feel safe, that anything can happen. And that's and then she says she's feeling a little comfortable because of our followers. How much can the followers do for her? Because they don't live with her.
Right.
I don't know. I
Maybe
think
they've been her saving grace,
get
honestly,
something,
honey.
Some sort of cameras around the house where she lives, around her apartment, in case if, anyone is trying to harm her or something like that, honestly. The fact that she says she doesn't feel safe is something that is, it's a great concern for me, honestly. No one should feel that way, And, knowing the fact that she has children with her, no one should feel that way, honestly.
No.
Regardless of whatever happened or stuff happened, between them, nobody should feel like that.
Not at all.
I mean, divorce, separation shouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, people can move on with their lives if marriage isn't working, if relationship isn't working. It shouldn't be the end of the world. It shouldn't be something that the whole world has to come, and talk about all the time.
Right.
Because he started all this mess.
He should have been able to move on in a cordial manner with her, regardless. Not bring it on social media. It wasn't his place to bring it on social media, honestly. It really wasn't. He should have been able to move on in a cordial manner and take care of this in a cordial manner as a man. And he didn't do that. He did the exact opposite. He was acting like a coward, acting like a child, and
That's
whining and crying on social media about what Cora is doing to him. What about what you're doing to her? What about all the stuff you did to her? Okay, yeah, she might have made a mistake in the marriage. Okay, that happens. But sometimes you got to learn to make sacrifices. Sometimes you got to learn to forgive. You may not forget, but honestly, you let it destroy your whole marriage. Whatever she did to you, supposedly, you let it destroy your whole freaking marriage, man.
And before you marry someone, if they did something to you, while you guys are in a relationship and you're so hurt and you think you might not be able to forgive them, why leading them on? Why continue with the marriage, or why going into marriage while you're in a relationship and they did something you think you can never forgive them? You guys should have opted out. When she allegedly that she cheated, you should have opted out.
Yeah, before you had two children with her and you settled down with her and tried to make a create a family with her. Honestly, why did you do it? You know what I mean? If you were so unhappy how she cheated on you supposedly from before in your past.
Yeah, before the whole situation get this messy rather. Why did you lead her on? Why did you go on with the marriage?
Yeah.
And you guys brought two innocent kids to this world to come experience your mess at their tender ages.
Yeah, it's a very delicate situation when it comes to the kids. It just is. And that's what I keep going back to. And I'm going to continue to say that. It's all about the kids at this point, And honestly, from everything that I'm seeing, he's not protecting the kids. Cora's doing everything she can to protect her children. She's trying to put a roof over their head, and he's taking money out of the account for her rent and stuff like that and her cost of living expenses. You don't think that stuff all adds up living in Los Angeles? After she's racked up over $20,000 in lawyer fees already with their divorce, their messy divorce that they're having. I mean, honestly, it's going to get even more messier now that she's coming out and she's speaking out about it. And she should. She should speak out about it. This is, she has a platform, She
can't keep him quiet.
She's got millions of followers. People know that she something was going on, something, it was bothering her, that she wanted to say something, but she was keeping quiet. She was trying to take the high road. But you know what, though? Enough is enough. She can't take the high road. You know what I mean? Because this guy is trying to drag her through the mud. He's trying to destroy her reputation.
Yeah.
You can't do that. The mother of your 2 children, you're trying to destroy her reputation.
Yeah.
You know, that's
though
crazy.
even though it says that the word silence is wisdom. I mean, it doesn't work like that all the time. Because if you keeping quiet, you keep being silent, people will just think you're a coward, or you don't know what you're doing, or whatever anyone is accusing you of is what you're actually doing, or what you actually did. Sometimes you just need to voice out, so people can hear you.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some comments. Some people are saying that Cora married Justin for the green card. I don't think so.
I disagree to that.
I disagree with that.
Let me tell you something. I'm a non-American. I'm a Nigerian. If anybody wants to marry anyone for green card, they would not even go as far as having children with them.
Exactly.
Listen, please. Don't be insensitive. Don't be acting like just because she's not American doesn't mean she deserves everything this guy is doing to her.
Right.
She has 2 children with him, for Christ's sake.
If anything, I think he's been.
She has 2 children with him.
That's right. In my opinion, I think if anything, he's belittling her because of her immigrant status.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may have you. Honestly, I think it's him that's belittling her. Honestly, if anything else, because he's trying to, I don't think it's about the green card.
Yeah, you made the green card look like, oh, it's it's like a ticket to heaven or to paradise. Come on now, stop it. Yeah, green card is good when you live here in the United States.
Yeah.
It doesn't help you in any other country. Come on now, don't say that. Yeah, green card is a good thing. It's a good opportunity for non-American when they come here. Yeah, it's good. But don't make it look like, that's what every non-American is all about. Some people have genuine reason, genuine intention for marrying an American.
That's
or
right.
for having a relationship with them. It's not always about the green card. Come on now.
It's not. It's not. I can honestly say that.
Don't be like that all the time. Don't say that.
And not for nothing, we're not trying to compare our situation, but we're living proof of that, honestly. I know my wife didn't marry me because of a green card.
Hey,
I know that for a fact.
Asylum. That's how I got my green card. It's asylum.
Exactly.
And I'm already done my asylum before I met my husband.
Exactly. So,
I got my green card through my asylum.
That's right.
Before I even met him.
That's right.
So it's not always about the green card.
No, it's not.
Don't make Americans look cheap. After the green card, then what?
Right.
That means what you got after the green card? What you got? Nothing.
Exactly.
So why are you making it look like it's all about the green card?
They had 2 beautiful children together. I don't think she would have did that if she didn't love the man, honestly. That's just my opinion. I don't think she would have had 2 children with him if she didn't love him. I just think everything just fell apart over time, honestly, between them 2.
She has 2 children with him.
Exactly.
If she wants to be, if she wants to be the way you guys think or thought, she wouldn't even be having children with him, for Christ's sake. She wouldn't. Yeah.
Not at all.
She's a good-looking woman. She's sexy. She can get whatever she wants if she knows how to play a card. And I'm very sure she's very intelligent. She knows how to get her way around if she wants to be like that.
She's very well educated.
Yeah,
she's been around the world.
Well educated.
Yeah, she comes from a good
home.
Now. Back in Nigeria.
Give her some credit. Put
Exactly.
a little bit of respect to her name. Come on. It's not always about the green card.
It's not.
It's not always about it. Please, you need to be educated. You people out there, you need to stop acting like ignorance. Sometimes, that's why I say when you talk about, it's all about green card. You are ignorant.
Yep.
You are nothing but ignorance. You need to read. You need to make your research. You need to do a lot of things to, get you out of that cheap thinking. It's cheap thinking. Okay.
Yeah. And not for nothing, Cora said she made a mistake in the marriage. Okay, people make mistakes. At the end of the day, we are only human. People are flawed. That's just the bottom line. Nobody's God. So, you know what? It depends upon the situation, what kind of a mistake she made. I guess she's talking about her past when she cheated on Justin. I guess maybe that's the mistake that she's talking about. I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. But, if that's the case, you can work things out, even if you cheat on your spouse. Things can be worked out. It has been done before. She won't be the first person to make a mistake, and she's not going to be the last.
Thank you very much.
She's
we don't
human.
even need you here. You don't have to be here, Garuba.
Yep.
You don't have to be here. Yeah, you don't have to be here. Don't even come here. Shame on you for coming here. delete yourself straight up or block yourself straight up. You don't have to be here because you're nothing but ignorant. You are ignorant. You are not well read. You're not informed. You don't make researches. You don't do anything. You're nothing but an ignorant. So don't even come here anymore.
Yeah, people are tripping.
Yeah, don't come here. We don't need you here.
Yep. Bottom line, honestly, Yep. So, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on with this whole situation going on with Cora and Justin. We weren't going to talk about it again, but then one of our viewers had mentioned it in the comment section from our last live video earlier on, and that's the reason why we decided to touch on it, So, I mean, honestly, we weren't going to talk about it again. But, it kind of burns me up about what Justin did. And after Cora came out and said what she said yesterday, it kind of burned me up a little bit, the way he's going about this whole situation. He's just becoming it just shows me that he's more and more of a coward each day. Every time something new comes out about this whole mess, you know what I mean? It's just showing me he's more and more less of a man as I'm seeing here. I lost all respect for him.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you guys think about it. Why do you think, my husband is an American. Why would he why would he feel like this towards, an American like himself if Justin is actually doing the right thing?
Exactly.
I mean, just
he's not doing the right thing. He's not doing the right thing.
I understand a lot of, people, people speaking about this, on Facebook, a lot of them are, mostly Africans, but think about it. My husband is not an African person, but he's look how you feel about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of feel if Justin does the right thing, it will even get more love than he think he has right now. He will be loved by a lot of people if he's doing the right thing.
If he's doing the right thing.
Yeah. Hate or evil doing doesn't take you a long way. It doesn't. It can only do so much. Acting evil or doing bad to a fellow human being doesn't take you a long way, honestly. But when you do good, people will know. People will know, oh, you're doing good. Yeah. And trust me, you're going to have more love. You're going to get more love from people than what you think you have right now if you just, try. I'm talking to Justin. If you just try, amend your ways and do the right thing. We understand you don't want to be in our life anymore, like you're not interested. Whatever happened between both of you, nobody has come out to say, because all you said was, oh, she cheated. And later you came out and said, oh, no, I took it back. She didn't cheat. It was before we married, or it was whatever, 2019, whatever. Nobody know what happened between you. Okay, fine, you're going your separate ways. But that shouldn't be the end of the world for both of you. You have children to raise together.
That's right.
You shouldn't be each other's enemy. You're not the first person to be married and want to get a divorce. Exactly. A lot of you here being hateful or, being against Cora are probably divorced too.
Or went through a similar situation. The same thing.
Should your life come to an end because of that?
No.
Should you be crucified because of that? Come on now. Use your senses.
Exactly.
Divorce is not the end of the world. It's not working. It's just not working.
You're just not meant to be
together. If
you
don't have children, then fine, go. But you have children. You need to come together as parents and take care of the children.
You need to co-parent.
Yeah,
you need to co-parent. And there's nothing wrong with co-parenting, but you got to be cordial at the same time. And he's just not being cordial with the whole situation. I think she was taking the high road and he was taking the low road on everything. And that's the reason why he's acting the way he's acting.
She was being more mature about it and considering the future and considering what our children will grow up to see about this. She was so considerate.
Yeah. But enough is enough.
Yeah, you are separated, you have divorce. So what? She cheated. So is that the end of the world? People cheat in marriages. People cheat in relationships. It's not a new thing. It happens.
Exactly.
We don't pray it happens to anyone, but it's inevitable. There's nothing anyone can do about it. Things happen. If it's going to
happen, it's going to happen.
Things happen. A lot of bad things happen in a relationship. People die. We can't stop. No, we can't stop people from dying. How much more just cheating? We can't help it. We cannot. We have no control over cheating. Some people they can't help but to cheat. I'm not saying that's Cora's situation, but assuming let's just assume she cheated. Okay, what about that? You don't like the fact that she cheated? Okay, go your separate ways. And now you have kids to take care of together. Just concentrate about the kid. You guys don't need to come out here. I mean, you don't have to come out all the time and, spoil her image, make people make her look like she's a devil, like she's the cause of everything. No.
That's right.
You have children to take care of together, and your children are going to grow up someday and see all that you guys are doing here, especially the father. And you claiming to love them. If you really love your children, honestly, you wouldn't be going this route.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know if you really love them as you claim, always coming online. Oh, I love my children. I'm doing this for my children. If you love those children, you won't be going this route.
No, you wouldn't be going this route. You wouldn't be dragging the mother of your two children through the mud as well either. I know it happens in relationships. People break up. People get divorced. They get separated. It does happen. But you don't need to bring the mess to social media. Honestly, you just didn't need to do that. I thought that was very coward of you to do that, honestly. All because you wanted to, make money because you want the kids in your videos and stuff like that. It's all about the payout. I think you're jealous of Cora and what she's built up on social media, and I think that's the reason why you want the children, honestly, in my opinion.
And that's not even, it's not totally bad if you guys
come to an agreement. It's not totally bad. Because
now you turn yourself to a social media person, okay? You are interested in it probably because you know that she's getting some money from it and you want to say, that's fine if that's what you want to do. But be in agreement. Let her know, let me have the kids for some hours. Okay, you can have the kids for the rest of the hours. Agreement. If she says no, then okay. Then there's something else to it. Don't be selfish. Okay, don't try to be selfish or greedy.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's just the bottom line. Everything that you've done to this point is showing me that you're not trying to be a father to your children. You're just worrying about all the mess going on around with you and Cora, and you're not worrying about your kids. You're taking money out of accounts and stuff like that, and taking the money away from where she's got to pay rent from. That's supposed to be her money. That's her income. I don't know the situation, why she's using the joint account to pay her bills. I have no idea the reason why she might be doing that. I don't know if she has another account or something, and that's the only account she uses for her finances to pay her bills and all that. There's a possibility that could be the only account that she has. Maybe she needs to open up her own account and stop using the joint account. That could be another way for her to go about it. But the bottom line is you took money out of the account. You're not supposed to be doing that. And she said she hasn't asked a dime of you since you guys separated. So that's red flags right there. In my opinion, you shouldn't even be getting the kids if that's the case. If you're not offering to help her out or offering to help the kids or giving her money for the kids and stuff, you shouldn't even, you have no right to see the children then, in my opinion. Because guess what? If she puts you on child support and you don't pay the child support, guess what, cuz? You're going to jail. You're not going anywhere else. You're not even going to see your kids because you're going to be in jail for not paying child support. So, in my opinion, you got to give her money to help her out with the kids too. But instead you're taking money out of bank accounts and stealing money away and say it's a mistake. You're trying to justify it all, but saying it's a mistake. It's not a mistake. Everything that you're doing, you're dragging your wife through social media, your ex-wife and all that, your separated wife, whatever you want to call her to this point. You're dragging her through the mud. You don't think that he's doing that on purpose? He's doing it on purpose. That's what he's doing. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. That's my take on it too, so...
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, I don't really have too much more to say about it, to tell you the truth. I just think it's a disgrace. He's a coward, and he ought to be ashamed of himself the way he's acting right now and the way he's treating his children by doing this. Maybe your children don't know what you're doing to them to this point because they're so young, but guess what? Years to come later, they might be able to have the ability to go back and watch some of these videos and find out about what you were doing to their mother, and you think they're going to respect you as the dad for what you did to them? That's terrible, man. That's terrible. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Somebody said, well, she's not a millionaire, but she's a millionaire. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If she's a millionaire and you have access to her money,
That's your kids.
Yeah, you don't have any right whatsoever to steal from that money. It don't matter if she's a millionaire or whatever. You cannot steal one dime from the money without letting her take one dime from the money rather without letting her know. I don't care if she's a millionaire or whatever, but it's called joint account. You need to let your other your partner know that you want to take money out of their account, especially when you guys are separated. Okay, especially when you guys are separated, you need to let them know, I need some money. I want to take money out of their account. Is it okay? You need to let them know. Don't go behind them and steal the money. You take the money behind them. It's called stealing. Yeah, that's the English, right? English people, stealing. That's what it's called.
Yeah, and the fact that he gave her an ultimatum. He wanted her out of the house, and pretty much the kids had to go because guess what? Cora is going to take the kids. You think she's going to leave the kids behind with you? And the fact that you took Athena away like 4 days after her being born, you took her away. And took her away. You were only supposed to take her for the day, and you took her away for 4 days.
Yeah.
When Cora was breastfeeding her child, breastfeeding your daughter. Is that what you do when you were feeding her? You were giving her formula.
Yeah, that's what it was doing.
You're crazy, man. Listen. I have a daughter myself. I would never do that. Like that's just ridiculous and absurd. Like you don't know what you're doing. You're not in your right mindset to take care of your own kids. That's just the bottom line. That just shows me more and more that you're an unfit father. That's what you are. You're an unfit father.
Yeah, real men don't act like that.
They don't act like that. I'm sorry. You acted like a child in this whole situation.
In my opinion, I just think he doesn't know how to behave. Like he's just finding it hard to behave. He doesn't know how to behave in this situation. You just need to go learn to do the right thing,
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's stealing. That's what he's doing. He is so heartless, so true, Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Mom and Dad. Thank you, by the way.
I don't know. Madame, please don't start. You talking rubbish.
Okay, you can shove that in your ass if I'm talking rubbish.
Yeah, really.
Take it and shove it to your ass.
Okay. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Glad to know you. See you later.
Yeah, just delete yourself. You don't need to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're not trying to take side, okay? We're not trying to do that. Just when you know the truth, you speak the truth.
Exactly.
Why is it so hard to speak the truth?
Why? This is the truth. This is the God-honest truth. Anybody that's defending that man ought to be ashamed of themselves right now. And anybody coming on our platform right now, I'm going to say this to you. Anybody that coming on our platform right now defending this man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself too. Whether you know him or you don't know him personally, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I would be embarrassed to know that man right now, the way he's acting.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What can you say about the stealing? He refunded the money, whatever he said was a mistake.
Yeah, big deal.
But
your whole intention was to take it anyway.
What do you want to say about that? Can you do the same? Can you do that?
Yeah, honestly.
Can you? That's not right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, if she hasn't come out to speak, God knows what he would have done again. Probably take the whole of the money out of the account.
Who knows?
Yeah, like saying,
yeah,
whatever, I'm going to take all the money now. Like, coward do that. That's what coward do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are trying to speak the truth here, honestly, and we appreciate you guys coming on and joining our live and us being able to get our thoughts out there about this whole situation, all these new things that came to light that Cora brought out yesterday. I thought it was, very sad, but true. Honestly, it's a sad situation. I feel for Cora and the children. I really do. My heart goes out to them. And I wish the best for Cora. I wish the best of luck for her and her children. And honestly, I just hope this man comes to his right mindset and realizes what he's doing is totally wrong. It's totally, totally wrong as a man. I'm an American, he's an American. He married a Nigerian woman. I married a Nigerian woman. That's really the only thing we have in common, obviously. But the thing is, you know, you got to know, and he's saying it's cultural differences and all that. It has nothing to do with it. No, there's no such thing as having
No,
cultural
baby.
differences.
People
That's
try
just
to,
ignorance. That's
people,
what that is.
yeah, when they make the mistake or whatever they want to do, you know, they are mischievous act. Just,
Exactly.
You
It's
know,
just
blame
ignorance. That's
blame
what
it
it
on
is.
something, you know. Oh, cultural differences. Oh no, please spare me that.
Yeah, honestly, I just feel like, you know, he should just sit down and just, you know, get lost, honestly. That's what he needs to do, you know,
Yeah.
because he's not acting like a father to this point either.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you be acting like a father the way you're acting right now?
And
You're
he's,
acting out, doing crazy things,
yeah, and
you
he's
know?
ruining his own, you know, his own image by doing that.
He really is.
Especially when it comes to his profession.
It's a shame because he could have been so much more than this. You know what I mean? He could have taken the high road and not, you know, and he could have built his social media account up in another way. You know what I mean?
In another way.
In a more peaceful way.
Yeah,
you know what
not
I mean?
in this way. Either
So-
way, I mean, if you go through the route, route, you will get followers. Either way, it doesn't matter. You can't try to get followers by being mischievous.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
you
and
don't do
listen,
that.
if he would have came to Cora as a man and tried to work things out and tried to
agreed.
take and he could have shown her that
Agreed.
he's taking care of his children, I'm sure she would have not been obliged to him taking the kids and putting them on his social media videos and him getting paid for it as well too, just like she gets paid. You know, I just think that would have been okay if he would have went about this whole situation the right way, and he didn't. That's just the bottom line. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on it. Honestly, I don't know if my wife has to speak on this more. I don't know if she has anything else to say.
Good. I mean, we said it all.
Yeah,
Everybody
honestly.
knows here. I mean, people know the truth. They just, I don't know. They probably love Justin so much that they don't want to, they try to live in denial. But that's okay if you love somebody, but you need to let them know the truth. That way, you're helping them. No, you supporting them is you're not helping them by doing that. You need to let them know the truth. Okay?
Yeah, basically. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it from our end and our take on the whole situation. We appreciate you guys coming on. Honestly, we appreciate the support, the love. You know, it's been a great ride thus far, and we can't say enough about that. So we appreciate all you guys. Thank you for coming on our lives. Stay blessed, stay safe, and peace out, y'all. Thank you.